Hello everyone, welcome back to the next session in the Java series. In this session, we are going to start one of the most important topic in the Java, that is collection framework concept. Now, if you are preparing for the Java interviews or test automation interviews, collection framework will be very important topic from interview point of view. Definitely, you will face 3 to 4 questions on the collection framework. So before you start learning about the collection framework, it is important to have a basic understanding of variables, arrays, classes and interfaces concept, because collection framework internally going to use many of these concepts. Since we already completed all these topics previously, now we are ready to start learning about the collection framework. And trust me, collections are heavily used in the real-time automation framework as well. Whether you are working with the Selenium WebDriver for your automation or API automation, or for storing and reading the test data from the Excels and CSVs, or for reading the data from the config.properties file where we are going to store it in the form of key and values, or for dealing with the multiple web element list, or for handling multiple browser windows. Everywhere collections will be used in the automation framework. So collections going to make our automation code efficient, scalable and easy to maintain. So before going for the interviews, make sure you prepare this collection framework concept theoretically as well as practically. So what is meant by collections in general? So in general, collection means group of multiple elements kept together as a single unit. For example, here we can have collection of books, or we can have a collection of shoes or collection of bikes. Here we are keeping multiple elements together as a single unit, that is the collection. Multiple objects are grouped together into a one collection. Similarly, in the Java, collections help us to store multiple objects together so that we can manage them easily. So now let's understand what is meant by collection framework in the Java. So collection framework is a predefined architecture in the Java that consists of different interfaces and classes. Using these interfaces and classes, we are going to store and manage multiple objects together easily. Now these interfaces and classes provides ready-made methods and functionalities to perform different operations, like you want to insert the elements, or you want to delete the element from the collection, or you want to search or sort the element from the given collection, or you want to iterate the elements from the given collection. All these are the simple operations, and for these operations collections provide ready-made method that we can directly use in the framework. So in the real-time applications, we need to deal with lots of data. We need to store the data, we need to process and manage all this large amount of data. So in simple words, collection frameworks is going to help you to manage that large amount of data efficiently in the Java. Now let us understand why collections were actually needed in the Java. Suppose I want to store 10 different values. So in that case, I can create 10 different variables in the Java program, and I am able to do it very easily. So from num1 to num10, we created 10 different variables and we are storing 10 different integer values. So for smaller amount of data, this approach is manageable, right? So there is no major problem here. Suppose tomorrow my requirement gets changed. What if I need to store 100, 500, even 1000 values? So can we create these 1000 variables like this? Yes, technically we can create 1000 variables also in the Java. Creating 100 or 1000 variables in the Java program is inefficient, hard to manage, and results in very bad programming practice. So what will be the better solutions to store multiple values with least number of variables? We don't require to create multiple variables, but still we should be able to store multiple values. So that is where Java introduces arrays concept. So with the help of array, with a single variable, we will be able to store multiple values. So on the right hand side, if you see, instead of creating multiple variables using a single array variable, I am able to store multiple values together. Okay, so here we had 10 variables, here we have only a single variable. So all these values will be stored in a consecutive location starting with the 0th index. So now our code becomes more manageable, more readable and more cleaner by using of this array concept. Now arrays concept solve many of the problems compared to the normal variables creation. Because of a single variable creation, we are able to store multiple values together. Okay, so definitely arrays are much better than creating of 100 or 1000 variables. But arrays also have some limitations in real-time Java application. Okay, and because of those limitations, Java introduced collection framework. So let's understand these limitations one by one now. So first limitation of the array is it stores homogeneous data. So here we created this numbers array and it is storing only integer type of values. So I cannot store character or string values inside this numbers array. Arrays can store only a similar type of data using a single variable. So if I try to store boolean values or string values inside this array, it will not allow. So what is the solution for this? I want to store heterogeneous data with a single variable. So in this case, can I create object array? Okay, object class array. So here we created an integer array. Instead of that, to store heterogeneous data, can I create object type of array? So object is the root class of all the classes in the Java. So can we create object type of array to store heterogeneous data? Yes, we can do it. And here I will specify some size. So in this object array, I am able to store integer value, boolean value, string value and character value also. Okay, so object array has solved our homogeneous data problem. We are able to store multiple type of data using a single variable. But again, we have a next limitation. When you create a object array, you specify size of array here. So while creation of this object array, we have specified size as 10. Okay, so you will be able to store only 10 values inside this array. Okay, only 10 elements. Suppose tomorrow, as per my requirement, I want to store next element, that is 11 or 12th element. So can I directly increase the size of this array? No, we cannot directly increase the size of array dynamically. And this is the major limitation of the array concept. Okay, so in real time application, our data is dynamic. So that requirement can leads to increase the size or decrease the size also. But as arrays cannot resize dynamically once it is created, this becomes the major limitation for the arrays concept. Third limitation, if you see, array don't have any ready-made methods. Okay, this is also one of the very important limitations. Suppose you created this array and after creation of this array, I want to perform some basic operation. Let's say I want to search any element or I want to delete some element or sort this array. So for these basic operations, we don't have ready-made methods inside the arrays concept. Every time we need to create utility methods for handling these basic operations. We will have to write extra logic, and creation of this logic for these operations can be lengthy and complex. So because of all these limitations of the array, Java introduced collection framework. So collections provide many advantages over the arrays, like it can store heterogeneous data, it is dynamic in size, that means you can add the data or you can delete the data from the collections dynamically, and it provides ready-made methods for basic operations like insert, delete, searching, sorting or updating any data from the collection. So these operations are very much easy with the help of ready-made methods. So in real time, collections are much more powerful than the arrays in the Java, and that is the reason why collections are heavily used in the modern Java application and automation framework as well. So from next session onwards, we will start understanding different interfaces and classes present inside the collection framework in the Java. So that's all for this session, guys. See you in the next video soon. Thank you.